Yo, are we live? I don't know if we're live. Um, Basically, I don't know if anybody's going to be in here. I don't know if the audio is going to be good or not, but just a little tester stream to see how it goes. I was going to be doing this anyway, going to be having a little vape, and literally, you can probably hear it in the background, maybe not, about to play Stardew Valley. So I thought, why not stream it? I might vape just one capsule, maybe two, and we'll see how it goes. So, I should have probably cleaned out my capsules before I went live, but I didn't, so I need to empty the capsules first. Gonna load them up with some atomic sour grapefruit, and we'll see where we go from there. I should probably just empty them as I go, but I never do. I always leave them until the last one's finished, and then I end up having to empty them before I can fill them all up again. I also only fill them up one by one. I don't know if anybody fills them up all together, but I only fill them up one by one in case I want to change strains halfway through. I don't have anything ground up, but I do have a capsule preheating, so I'm going to be using it through the whip. I don't know, I keep looking at the mic instead of looking at the camera, but I'm going to be putting it through the whip. I've got my little eyeball rig over there. I'm just waiting for it to heat up, going straight in at 210. And whilst I'm waiting for that heat up, I'm actually going to grind down some of the atomic sour grapefruit. Yo, I don't even know how to say your name. Can you even hear? How's the audio? Somebody tell me. Is it Beej One Finesse? I don't know how to say your name, bro. This is literally, I don't know if anyone can see. This is all I have left. Nobody's going to be able to see that. Of my atomic sour grapefruit. That's like maybe 2 or 3 capsules. And I still need to review it. I've just dropped a nug and I don't know where it's gone. Oh, I said it correct. Sick. I've literally just dropped a nug on the carpet or something. Oh no, it was on the tray. I found it. It was on the tray. So I'm just going to grind a little bit down because I need to do the review tomorrow. But I don't know if I can get any more of this. It's time to put my prescription in, but it says on the Montu website, no new requests. So I don't think I can get any more of this. I need to get a stand for my Mighty because I'm just going to be holding this and it's going to look really, really weird. But yeah, cheers. If anybody's smoking or vaping along, this one's for you. Did you see the new Puffco dab pen? I've seen some stuff, but I'm not really into dabbing. I've never been able to get hold of like wax or rosin or anything like that. I think I've dabbed maybe 2 to 3 times in my entire life. So I've seen it, but I don't really know anything about it. I'm getting used to this whip. I was going to make a full review on it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm actually starting to like it. It does hit pretty hard. It hits a lot harder than just the little straw attachment, and it cools it down more than just the bung attachment. So I'm actually starting to like it, not going to lie. I just can't get on with vaping. I'm trying so hard, like I'm genuinely trying my hardest, but it's so much harsher than a bong rip. Like if this was in a bong, I could snap it through 100%. no coughing, and do like 2 more after it. But through the bong, it's just so harsh. Not through the bong, just through the vape in general, it's just so harsh. I saw on Reddit, and it was probably somebody just chatting complete shit, that were like one step closer to getting rosin or just some kind of extract on UK Medical. I don't know. I don't personally think it's going to happen for a long, long time. But somebody said it on Reddit, so it must be true. It doesn't help. Like, obviously, I vape the prescription, but I do have a little bit of other bud that I have been smoking because it is more enjoyable for me. But I've got a bit of a cold at the minute, and I can feel it coming on every single day. It's just on my chest all the time. So I've been trying to vape, obviously trying not to smoke. But like, smoking's so much easier. Even with the cold, I feel like smoking is so much easier because it's quicker as well. And when I vape all the time, I just cough up loads of shit, and it's awful. But if anybody is actually vaping along, let me know. Or smoking along, whatever you like to do. Let me know what you're vaping or smoking on. Like I said, this is Atomic Sour Grapefruit. Literally the last bits of it. I've been liking this though. I haven't vaped it for a couple of days because I've been saving it for this review. I say this review, tomorrow's review that I might do tomorrow. Probably, I need to do it tomorrow. Yeah, I've been saving it for the review. Candy fumes. That sounds nice. That sounds like something that would be up my street. Is it sweet? Like, is it properly candy, or does it still have gas to it? Because that sounds like it's going to be a little bit of both, especially with fumes on the end. Mind you, I've never smoked anything by Doja, so I don't know. Is that like an imported pack that you got? I'm assuming it's like a Cali pack or something. McNasty. I would rather light a joint of Stardog. 3 tokes and you're stoned. That's true. I haven't had any Stardog for a long time. Even before I started with the medical, I've not had Stardog for a long time. I don't mind a bit of dog. Like, I've never had, like, I've had some good Stardog, but I've also had some bad Stardog. So the Stardog that I had last Christmas on the lives, that looked really, really nice. Like, it almost looked kind of blue in a way, like not unnaturally blue, but like purpley blue in a way. It looked really nice, but it didn't smoke great. Like I said it, I'm pretty sure I said it at the time as well. Didn't smoke great, but it looked good. Kind of like some of the medical that we get. Like, it looks good, but it's just doesn't smoke great or vape great, should I say? Some of it's just shite. Only smoked joints, never used a bong in years. It's a mix of both, but it's really gassy. I'm gonna burp. Pardon me. What was I going to say? I've completely forgot. Like, the thing about this, the thing about the Mighty and also the whip attachment is that it does get me baked. Like, I'm not going to lie, but it's a different kind of stone. And also, like, I feel like I need more of it. And it also takes so long. Like, it is cleaner overall, though, but just bong rips are so convenient that I can't give them up. I just love my bong. They don't care how it smokes, no, but they know that a lot of people do smoke it. Like, they know that a lot of people are smoking it. I'm not saying I do, and I don't know anybody else who does. I don't really know anybody with a prescription, if I'm being honest, not in person anyway. So, like, I don't know anybody who smokes a prescription, but people do. Obviously, people do, and they know that. And sometimes, like, people have told me that sometimes it's better when it is smoked, because when you get, they've said apparently, when you get no flavor through the vapor, if you smoke it, you do get some flavor, which is just weird. I don't understand how that works, because every time I've had black market bud and I've put it through the vape, it's always tasted stronger and a lot better than it has when it's smoked. But some people say that the bud that you're supposed to vape on medical, if you smoke it, it does actually have some terps. Don't know how that works, but you know. You usually get a stronger taste through the vape. Yeah, literally what I just said. When I've had, especially like the most recent thing that I can say is I've got I've got some mimosa at the minute that is not medical, and that when it's vaped tastes better than when it's smoked. And also, I recently had some white runts that tasted really, really good when it was vaped. It also tasted good when it was smoked, but tasted really good when it was vaped. But yeah, some people have said the opposite. Some people who aren't me have found that there's no terps in some of the bud that I've vaped or that other people have vaped. And they say that you get terps when you smoke it, but not when you vape it. It's weird. I don't understand it either. But as you can tell, I'm definitely getting baked off this. Atomic Sour Grapefruit, I've been really liking it. I do get some flavour when I vape this, which I can't say for a lot of the other medical. In fact, 99% of the other medical I've had has had little to no taste. So this is actually tasting really, really good and it's working. I think this one is 30% THC and I can definitely feel it. I've tried vaping this in the daytime, in the morning. It's not good. Well, I mean, it is good, but not if I want to get shit done. So this is definitely a nighttime strain for me. And also going back to the joint thing that you said before, you only smoke joints now. I know somebody who also only smokes joints, and that is so wild to me. Like a joint for me is obviously it's not the same as vaping, but it takes the same amount of time, or it can take the same amount of time depending on how big you roll your joint. But like it's a whole sort of session. You have to roll it, and then you have to. For me, I don't smoke in my living room. I vape in here, so you can call it contradictory or whatever you want to call it. But I don't smoke in here. I have to go outside, so I'll roll it, go outside, and especially at this time of year, it's fucking freezing. So I don't want to go outside, stand out there for 15 minutes when I can chug just a little bit in a vape and sit here for 15 minutes to get the same effect. Or I can pack a bowl and literally go stand there for about 30 seconds, rip this huge bowl, close the door, and come back inside and have the same effect. Like, even a better effect for me personally. I prefer bongs over joints. Joints are more of a social thing for me. If I'm with my friends and we roll up a joint and share it, then yeah, great. You can stand there and chat. Also, don't chat whilst you've got the joint. I've got one friend who is really, really bad for doing that. Like, he'll make a joke about it for other people, be like, "Oh, pass the joint if you're talking," and then he will get the joint and stand there for like 5 fucking minutes just chatting absolute shit, and he'll be like, "Are you gonna pass that?" I think this capsule's nearly done. MCR Explorer News. See, I know that probably means Manchester, but whenever my little emo heart, whenever I see MCR, it just thinks My Chemical Romance. I can't help that. Smoking some original haze later, gonna get blasted. I don't know if I've ever had original haze. Whenever this same friend that I'm talking about who likes to hog the joint and talk, he either usually he's just got haze. This guy he comes over and he's like, it's either haze, lemon, or blues. That's what he says. So I don't know what kind of haze. I'm assuming it's probably original. So maybe I've tried original haze, but just for myself, I've never bought that. So like I'm not a haze hater. I don't mind a bit of lemon haze. I don't like amnesia haze. That's the one thing that I do not like. But the rest of the hazes, I'm open to it. So hopefully, if it's nice, then it's nice. I think this might be the last hit of this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gone. Yeah, definitely gone. So I've only just remembered right now. It's currently 20 to 7, obviously, and I was supposed to be making stem milk. I was supposed to make it yesterday, but I forgot. So I was going to make it tonight. Um, but I'm literally about to pack another capsule, so I'm probably not going to make that stem milk tonight. And that's going to be a tomorrow job if I remember to do it. But my vape really needs cleaning. Like, not to be gross, but it needs cleaning. So I need to make the stem milk. Everything is sticking together. Put 1 pound of fresh bud into a bucket of ice water, stir and wash the heads off, drain the water into filters on another bucket, collect and dry, smoke, press it. What are you giving me the recipe to there? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're going with that. I've decided to pack another capsule. I don't know. Everybody can probably see what I'm doing right now. But just in case you didn't know, I've decided to pack another capsule. And then I'm going to play some Stardew. I don't know why I turned the vape off. It's just going to have to heat back up again. But I guess it's force of habit. Have you been playing new Black Ops 6? Nah, I haven't actually. I'm not really a Call of Duty guy. Like, I don't mind it, but I don't really go out of my way to play it. No, is the answer to that. Like, the last time I played Call of Duty was. I don't even remember the last time that I played it. But I used to play zombies with a mate back when we were kids. We were like probably fucking 15 at the time though, so I'm not up to date with that. I've lost my. Oh, it's there. I was about to say I've lost the whip. I am waiting for the new fucking what's it called? GTA. I'm waiting for that. I know everybody else is as well, but no, I've recently, literally in the past 2 to 3 days, just got into Stardew Valley. Can't even speak anymore. And yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with it at the minute. So that's what I've been doing. Been grinding that game like crazy. Which game? Which one did I mention? I'm getting pretty baked right now, and my memory is just terrible. I'm not good at lives because my brain just goes really scared. Like I get really fucking anxious. I don't understand because I'm sat in my living room talking to a camera like I do every day. But whenever it comes to lives, my brain's like, oh no, like people are just watching you, and I don't know why. It just makes me anxious. Hence, medicated. So. Yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. But the project is saying just got accepted for medical cannabis today. Your videos have helped me so much. Cheers. Yeah, well, Tote to that, bro. This one's for you. That was a bit too big. See, with videos, I cut all this shit out. But obviously, you can't cut that out on a live stream. But to the project, which clinic did you go with? Alternative like me, or did you pick somewhere else? I've been reading all the shit on Reddit about the Georgia Emerson clinic because that seems like a shit show. I don't know anything about it, but that was one of the options that I looked into just a little bit, not too deep, when I was coming back to medical. I touched on it and I looked into it, and I'm pretty sure they were cheap at the time, but Alternative obviously won for me, and now I'm really, really glad that I picked Alternative and not them. Literally just dropped my Mai on the floor. It's a good job it's not a far drop from my knee to the floor. I need to get a stand so that I don't have to hold it in my lap whilst I'm vaping, but just haven't got around to it yet. And also, just another thing about this whip is like I feel like I could make this myself. This tubing is really fucking annoying, but I do like it. Oh, I was talking about Black Ops 6. Okay. I've gone with CB1. Alternative is my plan B. I didn't look at CB1, so I don't know anything about them, but good luck to you. Hopefully it all works out. Do you know what you're going to get? Have you looked at the catalogue? I don't know if you were there when I said this, but this is some atomic sour grapefruit. This actually does have flavour. Most of the other stuff on medical has little to no flavour. I haven't tried any of the other Peace Naturals, but this is pretty good. On my clinic at the minute, it says no new requests, so I don't think I can get any more of this for a while. But when you can get it, I do recommend it. But when I talk about this, obviously, I feel like I need to medicate more at the minute, which is what I'm doing. But it's so harsh on my throat, like it's so dry that I'm finding it difficult. I'm going to start coughing, and it don't feel enjoyable after that. Like if this was a bong and I could just take a normal bong rip, I would take one. I'd be absolutely fine. And then if I felt like I needed to take another bong rip, I would be absolutely fine. With this, it's continuous, just in and out, and it's hot. And it's just like I'm whining a lot on this. My first live stream in almost a year, and I'm whining. So enjoy. Alexander says, "Have you tried any Type 2 strains, 1-to-1 or 2-to-1?" No. Back in the day, I had way back when I first started. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was Critical Mass or something like that, which was a 1-to-1 THC CBD. I think it was 10 or I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Critical Mass though. And that was really good. I don't know if they do that anymore. It was a long time ago, and it was Noidex. I liked that for sleep, but since then, no. I had CBD Godbud back in the day, which was all right. But again, I don't really care for CBD. But no, I've been interested in trying one. I've been looking at I think it's called Luna Circus, but I don't want to spend that amount of money on some CBD that I might be able to just get CBD, you know. So I'm not willing to take a chance on that. I'll take a chance on a low price strain, but I'm just don't feel like taking a chance on CBD for me personally. So no, I guess yes and no is the answer to your question, if that helps. Project I've been given Miss Kim and OG Kush. The Miss Kim is not bad, right? When you get it, go to my video and comment, or like go to my Instagram or my Twitter or whatever, and tell me what you think of the nugs, because to me they've got a really weird texture. They feel like a lot of medical cannabis is dry, but this feels weird. It feels like it's been freeze dried or like vac sealed or something. It feels crispy in a way that it shouldn't feel crispy. It's not bad in itself. Like it smells all right. It tastes all right. And the effects are good. I had some this morning and also this afternoon. But like something about them buds is not right to me. So just let me know what you think about that. Amy Sky High says, "Hope you're having a good sesh." Yeah, it's pretty chill. I hope you're having a good sesh. If you're seshing along, let me know what you're smoking or vaping on, or edibles or whatever. I thought I'd got away with that one, but I didn't. um, I haven't tried that one, but I think the Creamy Keys might be similar bud-wise. Similar to the Miss Kim, you think? Because if it is, I'm going to give that a try. I don't know. I keep saying it, and I know I'm not making it any clearer when I do say it, but the texture of the nugs is it's weird, and I don't like it. The rest of it is fine, but the texture, they've done something to them nugs that's not right. Like they shouldn't be freeze drying nugs. That's weird. If I'm not saying they have, because I haven't actually googled it at this point, but it feels freeze dried. And if it's not freeze dried, then I want to know what they did do to it. How much is medical? It all depends. It's not just one set price for everything. It differs between clinics, and it differs between appointments and strains and how often and how much. Like it it different for everybody, I guess. But if you want to know, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm with Alternaleaf. I made a whole video on it. It's on my channel. It's pretty recent. If you just type in Alternaleaf at the top in the little search bar, it'll come up, and then that tells you everything. But it is different for everybody in terms of price. Like what I pay, I speak to another medical patient who pays like almost double what I pay, and like there's other people who just get 10 grams a month and they pay like 50 quid. So it's different for everybody. I used to get it reasonably cheap. Like I've heard, like some people have to pay really, really silly money for just Stardock, and I remember back in the day when I had to pay what I would consider to be stupid money nowadays for an ounce of dog, but I did it because I didn't know any different. But nowadays, the average that I was paying is like literally half what I was paying before. So if I was to keep buying black market bud, it would be cheaper for me, but it's just the anxiety that it brings when I've been traveling more. So on a nighttime, if I go outside at like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm stood outside the hotel smoking a joint in like, it's not always the best area because hotels are expensive. So you want to pick a cheap one that might be in the city centre, but like it's just a little bit shady at night. So I don't always want to go downstairs, and especially don't want to stand right outside the hotel doors. And I don't want to go down any shady alleys. I'll go for a walk to smoke a joint so that I can go to sleep. So I just figured if I go legal, then I wouldn't stand right outside the doors anyway, but I can stand outside the hotel, and if anybody's got a problem with me, then I'm covered. Literally, nobody would have a problem. Like the whole time, for example, when I'm gonna take a hit, then I'm gonna carry on. So this summer, I was in London for like 2 weeks. I made videos about it. It's called Lost in Chelsea. It's on my blog. I was down in London. I was staying in like an apart hotel, and every single day, every morning, I would go outside and I would vape a couple of capsules, and then throughout the day and also at night time, I would be vaping a couple of capsules outside this hotel, and nobody was bothered. Like nobody cared, but I was really, really paranoid that we were going to get kicked out because I was vaping weed. So now I'm legal. If I have to go back there, then no, I know that they're chill for a start, so it would be fine. But it's just for me, like I'm paranoid about it, and I'm always worried that I'm going to get kicked out of a hotel, even though like I'm definitely not, because I'm not stupid. I've never smoked or vaped inside. But if I did want to, if I was staying on a high floor now, I could literally just open the window, take a hit of the little cart that I've got now, and the rest is history. Like I don't have to go all the way. You should technically go outside, but you could probably get away with it. Like I'm not saying that I would do that, but if I wanted to, I could probably get away with that. But I'm not going to, you know. But that was a whole lot of rambling shit just to say that I just want my own back covered basically because nobody actually cares where I am. But like I said, I'm just repeating myself. For traveling, bro, I want myself covered so that if I'm vaping outside a hotel, I'm not going to get in trouble. Weed in my area is generally quite expensive, relatively similar. I'm a full-time wheelchair user, so for me it's access, getting it delivered and illegally. Yeah, that's fair enough. Like me personally, I had no problems with getting it on like illegally, apart from sometimes my guy took the piss with getting here. Like everybody's got the story of the guy being like, yeah, yeah, I'm on my way, and then it's like fucking 3 hours later, and he's like not there. But he was generally quite good at that, so I didn't have problem with access, didn't have problem with price. Also, like partly, I like to make strain reviews, and I like to try a lot of different strains. And my guy's always got a lot of different shit on his menu, but he's also got like little videos next to it. And I scroll down and I'm like, that looks suspiciously similar. Like this is definitely the same bud that you've got on for like three different names here. And that's usually on the Cali mids. Like the UK's all sound, like I've never had a problem with that. But he sells a lot of like what he calls Cali mids, and they all look the same and they're all shit. So I wanted to know that what I was getting was actually the strain. So like I've had wedding cake a lot, and I plan on getting the medical wedding cake from Peace Naturals. And I want to know if what I've had in the past on black market is actually wedding cake or not. So that's just partly another reason of why I wanted to do it. I much prefer your review to that clown with the green hair, Drew. You're more honest and more genuine. Um, I don't know about that. Like, I like Drew's videos. I've been watching Drew's videos for a long time. I remember back in lockdown. I'm pretty sure I started watching him in 2019, and then during lockdown is when I started watching his streams pretty much every night or whenever I could catch him. I haven't been watching him. I don't watch him now, not because I don't like him, but just because I'm usually either at work or I'm doing something else. I'm busy. But I used to watch his streams quite a lot, and I still watch his videos. I don't watch all of his videos, but I do watch some of his medical ones. He's got his own style. I've got my own style, and I think that's it, really. Like, yeah, his brand is to be a little bit over the top, but then again, that might just be his personality. It's just different people. I am a very anxious person, and it's taken me a while to just be sort of comfortable making my own videos. So I don't feel like I need to play up in any way. Like, I'm not saying that he's putting on a persona, but people play up for the camera. I do it sometimes, but I just, by the end of the videos that I make, I'm usually so fucking baked that I don't have the energy to like just put anything on. I'm usually so lost in what I'm thinking about that I'm just genuinely saying just exactly what I'm thinking. So that it's just, that's just how I make my videos. Yeah, the 150 or 35 thing, I'm gonna hold my hands up right here. I can't afford to do that. Like, I can't afford 150 or 35. If I could, then I would make videos like that. But I can't. So whatever, I'm not saying I would make them all the time, but it would be nice every so often if I was able to be like, oh yeah, I bought this £150 ape, I wonder if it's any good, and give my opinion, which is basically what he's doing. Like, you can't really fault him for that. Like, people might not like his opinion, and sometimes I think he can come across as a bit out of touch. When he did that thing about cheap 3.5s, he was going to make videos on cheap 3.5s, and he said like £50 was a cheap 3.5. I think that's a little bit out of touch, because a cheap 3.5 to most people is like £25, or at least to me. I would consider myself just a normal person, because that's what I am. Literally, I get up, I go to work, and then I make my YouTube videos in my spare time. I don't get paid for doing any of it, and I certainly don't get any free fucking weed. Like, I wish that I did, but I don't. I do this because I like it. So I feel like maybe because he has worked his way up and he's making money and he can afford that, like, maybe £50 is a cheap 3.5 to him nowadays. It's a little bit out of touch, but he's worked his way up and he can afford it now. So good luck to him, I guess. I think this is gone. This is like my last hit of this, I'm sure. Yeah, that's gone. I feel like I may have enough battery in this vape for maybe one more capsule, or it might just die as I put the capsule in. But I guess we'll find out, because I was on a roll then. I can't remember what I was talking about, but I was definitely on a roll. So let's see if I've got enough for another capsule, and I'll carry on what I was talking about. Um, Gibson early 2010 style. Yeah, I suppose, because I think that's probably when he started making his videos. Like, I'm sure he was literally a child when he started making them. So even I obviously don't give off that vibe, because I did make some videos back then, but they are definitely under lock and key that nobody's ever going to see. Um, but yeah, people, they develop a style, and sometimes old school leaks out of them because they've been doing it for that long. So yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying there. You look pretty gone now. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely still feeling. I don't know if I've ever said this on lives. I'm pretty sure I've said it in videos, but like, anxious, bro. Going. I don't do live streams because they make me anxious, and I feel like whenever I'm anxious, I get twitchy, and I feel like I look like a bit of a crackhead. But I am also 2 capsules deep. This is not a full capsule because I didn't have enough in my grinder. So I'm about to be 2.5 capsules deep. And I'm relaxing a little bit, like I say. Like, I thought I was going to come on here, vape 1 capsule, and not be able to speak to anybody, but people actually showed up, so there we go. But yeah, I guess I am feeling pretty baked right now. Talking about, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Madison Richard says it's nice to have someone who is more real smoking and reviewing medical bud, whereas Drew is just for views. Again, I don't really believe that it's just for views. I think he genuinely does enjoy what he does. Um, but like, people like to hate. I'm not saying that you're a hater, but people like to hate him because I think I made a good point earlier. I'm too big to really expand on it, but yeah, like he's a little bit out of touch. Not hating, just a little bit out of touch because he has the money and the friends and the ability now to do expensive things, and he likes to do expensive things, and I would also like to do expensive things, so I don't want to make it come across as a jealousy type thing. But when you've had the money to do that sort of thing for a while, you're gonna be a little bit out of touch from it. Like, it's just how it is. um the project, I was considering making a channel as someone on medical who's a full-time wheelchair user, but I cringe at myself every time on video. Yeah, same. Like, I cringe at myself every single time that I edit, and it's horrible. I don't like to edit my videos as soon as I finish making them because I'm usually high. Well, I say usually high. Yeah, well, I'm not high at the end of every single video. So yeah, I'm usually high at the end of all my videos. And when I'm sat there trying to edit myself while I'm high, I just can't do it because every little thing that comes out of my mouth, I'm like, why did you say that? That sounds so stupid. You need to make this entire video again. But then a bit later, when I'm not as high, I can come back and edit it. And it is cringe, but just drop my vape again. It is cringe, but you get over it at the end of the day. I'm not over the live stream thing, as I keep going back to. I find this very cringe right now. Everything that I'm doing is super cringe. See, this is annoying having to do this. This is rested on my knee, and then this pipe is sort of in the way. I need to get myself like a desktop vape, but they're all so expensive. Like, it's. I can see where a lot of people are coming from when they say like they can't afford a vape, so they have to smoke their prescription. Obviously, I've had my vape for many years. This is from 2021, I believe. So we're coming up. Well, it'll be 4 years next year. We're nearly into next year. So I've had mine a while, and it's still going. But I want a ball vape. I don't understand them yet, but I'm pretty sure that I want one because they're supposed to be really heavy hitting, but they're so expensive. This guy says, "Evening, evening." Has a dream job getting paid to review bud. Yeah, exactly. Literally. So like you can't hate the dude. You're not cringe. Thanks. I think I'm cringe. Just awkward. And a little bit autistic. You seem chill and badass for having the balls to come on camera publicly and whatnot. See, people have asked me about that recently. People have been making medical posts or videos or stuff like that and being like, how can you show your face? And I'm just like, I've been doing this. People, it, like, that's not annoying. I was about to say some things are annoying. Like, I'll make a medical review and then somebody will come on my video telling me how to make a review or like telling me how I should fucking shit myself. And I don't know if that firework picked up on the mic, but genuinely just shot myself. Yeah, they'll come and like tell me how to make my videos or how to review my bud. And I'm like, I've been doing this. Like, I appreciate hints and tips, but when people come and talk to me like I've not been doing this for the past like 5 years, it's kind of it's annoying in a way. I don't want to come across as like a bitchy or a dick or anything like that. But when you can tell that somebody's not even looked at my channel and not watched the video and not even just taken a second to click on anything and they're there trying to tell me that I'm doing something wrong, it annoys me, and I try not to let it get to me, but like it really kind of fucks me off a bit. But back to what I was saying. People ask me how like I feel comfortable showing my face. I started doing this just before or during lockdown, and I didn't have a job and I wasn't thinking about anything, and I just started doing it for fun, and I always showed my face, and I just carried on doing it. And now I do have a job, and they don't know that I make videos. But if they found out that I make videos, it wouldn't be a bother anyway, because I'm 99.9% certain that my boss knows that I smoke weed. Um, and now I've got a prescription. I never, I never smoke at work. That's true. I've never smoked at work. I've never brought weed with me to work. I have my vape now. The cart, not my mighty. I take the cart with me now. But like, I was stoned when my boss rang me to hire me, so that's all she's ever known me as. Like literally, I remember it so clearly. I'd just taken a massive bong rip. It was like first thing in the morning as well. Well, actually, I think it was around like 10 or 11 o'clock, and I just smoked my first hit of the day. So you all know how that feels. And she rang me up and she offered me the job, and I was just like, what? So like all she's ever known me as is stone, so I'm not worried about that. And it's just fun. Like somebody doesn't like me for making videos about weed on the internet, then kind of I guess you just need to grow up a little bit. That's how I've always thought about it. Unless you have like a bro, it's not bonfire night anymore. It's not. Unless you have like a really really important job, like I can't even think of one off the top of my head. But unless it's really really going to affect you, if anybody finds the videos, then don't do it. Like I'm not worried about people finding out my weed videos. I'm scared to death about people finding out about my transition videos. That scares the absolute living fucking shit out of me. But the weed videos, no, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm chilling about that, you know. How many grams are you using per day? I couldn't tell you. I don't measure it. It varies from day to day. Sometimes not a lot. Sometimes like 2 bowls, and other days a lot more than that. It honestly varies. I couldn't say. Um, Vaping makes me burp after a couple of bowls. I've noticed as well. I don't know if anybody else gets that. I think it's to do with taking big inhales off of this, but it makes me burp. Suffer with ADHD and mild autism. Cannabis really helps me normal and less depressed. And yeah, I feel that. Please tell me how you make some pennies, at least pounds from YouTube. You don't. If you make weed videos, you don't. Like that's the long and short of it. I was monetized for a couple of months, like a couple of years ago, and in my AdSense account, I think there's like £3, maybe if at a push. But I've never been paid off of YouTube. They're never gonna pay me. They're never gonna monetize me. I try every time that little button comes up and it's like apply for monetization. I'm like, all right, yeah, and they're like, nah, no, you can't. So, yeah, you don't. Is the answer to that. If you don't mind me asking, is your main use for treating anxiety? Yes. I would say it's 50-50 anxiety, depression. Sometimes it's more anxiety, sometimes it's more depression. Most people, I feel like those two just fight against each other. So, yeah, it's six of one, half a dozen of the other, both at the same time, every day. That sucks. You deserve the money. Yeah, I know. No, I'm joking. It would be nice, like, but I just keep dropping this, so I'm probably gonna break it. It would be nice, but I don't think that's gonna happen from YouTube. I've lost the little silicon bit off the end of this now. I'll find that later. Oh, it's literally there. It's on the end. Um, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. At least not from YouTube themselves. They're not going to pay me money because I smoked the bad plant, and apparently that's bad. So they're not going to pay me for that. You know. Do you get brain fog at all? Um, I would say no. Yes and no. I feel like, as you can obviously tell right now, when I medicate, I find it harder to think, and it just kind of shuts off the part of my brain that wants to form thoughts basically and overthink and all those rapid fire things that's going on in my head all the time, and all of those horrible words that are going around in my brain. Fucking fireworks. um I don't want that. So when I medicate, I become, I guess you would call it brain fog a little bit, but I just kind of, I become stupid in a way. Like I become with this strain, with the atomic sour grapefruit, I found that this is very, very good. Hence why I don't use it in the daytime and only in the evening slash nighttime. I can't form thoughts and I can't speak properly, and I feel like it's fine for the nighttime because I don't need to. Like if I wasn't on stream right now, like the only reason that I'm streaming is because my partner's out, um, gone to a friend's house doing his own thing, and I was just gonna be here, literally vaping and playing Stardew, which I haven't even started playing yet, for the past hour. So I thought to myself, if I'm gonna be doing this anyway, people have asked me to stream again. Like I've had a couple of different comments saying you should stream. So I thought, fuck it, why not just give it a go? Why not see what happens? I thought that I would be on here for 15 minutes, one capsule, nobody would be in the chat and I'd be gone. But we've been here for nearly an hour now and we're 2.5 capsules deep. So I think it's gone pretty well. Like, I don't know about you. So for the brain fog thing, I don't know if I answered that properly or to your liking. If you mean outside of medicating, no, because like I said before, my thoughts, if anything, I have too many thoughts. It's not head empty, no thoughts. It's head too full that feel like they're pressing against the side of my skull and my head. Like it feels, I don't want to say it's like a physical pain, but like sometimes it's just so full that I feel like, not, this might sound really graphic, but I feel like I need to sort of like get a spike and release the pressure by just like sort of popping my head. That might sound silly or like weird in a way, but that's the way that my brain feels a lot of the time. And then when I medicate in the daytime, I need a strain that just kind of gently does that and lets me still let the right thoughts in. But on a nighttime, I'm quite happy to just have no thoughts. So no and yes at the same time. I kind of want the brain fog, but also I don't get like a negative brain fog when I don't have that. Hope this helps. As another trans person, depression and anxiety is part of it, in my opinion. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's not much I can add to that. Depression and anxiety is just part of it. I feel like my hair is doing the devil horn thing that it does sometimes, that I try to avoid. Well, there we go, I fixed it. This is coming to the end of this capsule, and as you can see, the battery on this is pretty much gone. So I'm just going to keep going until it's gone, and then I'm going to dip. I don't really like the straw attachment. Like, it's fine. Sometimes I get bored. Like I said with the whip, it was starting to just annoy me, so I fucked it off. I have the other one, just a normal water pipe, which is fine, but it's awkward to use with this water pipe because it's sat like this when you're hitting it, and it just feels awkward. So I think maybe for Christmas, if Santa's nice to me, he might bring me a different water pipe, and I think that would solve a lot of my problems. I was hoping to try some Peace Naturals Atomic Grapefruit next one, but it's out. Hoping for some GMO cookies. I had the GMO cookies on my script, but it's out of stock at the minute, so I can't get that one. I have the Memedica, not, or yeah, I think I've got the Memedica Mac on there, so I'm gonna have to get that instead and just wait. I want some more Sugar Bomb Punch because that's nearly gone. That's been absolutely incredible, bro. Like, don't, in fact, don't try it because I want it all. Don't try it because I want it all for myself. Like that, I always said if I went to medical and I found a strain that made me feel like that, I would get it forever. So hopefully I can keep getting that because the Sugar Bomb Punch from Clear Leaf, £60, bro. It's incredible. I really love it. It really attracted all of us trans people. Um, I guess it's because we can always tell. You know, we always know. So you see him from across the room, and you just give him the look. You just know. I'm wanting to go medical, mainly physical anxiety, also OCD, depression, possible autism. It's only been a BM user for months. There are a couple of strains out more helpful. Do it, do it. Why not? There's really not a downside, I don't think, apart from it's a bit shit. In my opinion, it's not as good as what I was getting on the black market, but it's legal, so it's not. Some of it's as good, some of it's not. It swings and roundabouts. You're gonna get six of one, half a dozen of the other. Either way, um, because really, like I had to sit myself down and have a word and look at the bud that I got black market not recently, but when I say recently, I mean in the past few months, and compare it to some of the shit that I've had medical. And is it really better? Like, no, some of it's not better. Like, let's be realistic. Some of it is, and some of it's not. So, really, just it's worth it in my opinion. But sometimes you're gonna get burned, and that's just how it is black market as well. I've got a new water pipe turning up tomorrow. Never had a vape through one, and I'll fight for it. I don't know what we're fighting for. I like see no thoughts, like head empty right now. But I feel actually really good right now. The anxiety feels like it's kind of gone away a little bit, and it's the end of the capsule. It's the end of the battery, so I don't really have a choice at this point. But yeah, this has been fun. I think I've got one last hit, maybe. Actually, it's still going. It's very near the end though. Also, if anybody doesn't mind telling me how the audio was for this, because literally my mic stand doesn't go any lower than this. It's here above my head. I've tried to position it in a sort of way, but I feel like it for some reason nobody said anything bad about it. But I feel like maybe you're just being polite. So let me know how that's going. I know it's probably been annoying because I keep looking at the mic as if it's the camera, but it's not. I'm never used to filming anything on my laptop. Usually, it's always on the mic stand, the fucking camera stand thing. So, you know, probably been a little annoying. I've found sativa hybrids more useful than most indicas. Literally the opposite. People say for anxiety. I have found actually. I thought that I liked a nice sativa, and that might be true in some senses of the word. But I've actually found that indica hybrids. So like not just I don't know, it's weird. It's like I said with the banana ice cake was an indica dominant hybrid, but that was perfect for me in the daytime. Whereas I've had what did I have? I don't know. I can't remember. Literally no thoughts. But I've had other sativas that have just been terrible for me in the daytime and some that have been good. So yeah, I'm literally at that point now where I just can't form thoughts. Sounds fine. Sounds good. Good, 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 good. Glad to hear it. Microphone's paying for itself. I say that like I bought a microphone. I didn't. My mom, I think, bought me this microphone like fucking, oh god, we're talking maybe 2016, maybe 2017, something like that. Like this is not a new thing. And also this audio interface that I got, I bought that when I went to uni. So right there, actually, we're probably talking before I went to uni. So 2015, maybe 2014. The interface is from 2015, so the mic's probably from 2015 as well. So none of this is new. The laptop's also from 2015. We're on a budget here. You know, people shit on Apple products, but I've had this MacBook since 2015. I literally bought it brand new. It was the newest one, whatever point. Um, what is it? The MacBook Pro Retina 15. Like it was top of the line or whatever when it first came out. And it's going to be 10 years old next year, and it's only mildly a little bit fucky. Like it actually runs pretty good. So let's give a hand for my janky fucking MacBook that actually works. Right, so I'm done with this. My battery is dead. The atomic sour grapefruit is I've lost it. I don't know where it is. What the fuck have I done with that? Okay, so this is all I've got left of it. If you can see that, two. You can't see. What am I doing, bro? I'm terrible with cameras. Two tiny little nugs there. That's all I've got left. I need to make a review on this tomorrow. So I'm not going to vape any more of it. I physically can't vape any more of it. This has been fun. Didn't expect it to go like this. I'm thinking about getting, I think it's called a capture card, because tonight I genuinely wanted to play Stardew, but obviously you wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing, and I wouldn't have been able to concentrate on two things at once. So I'm thinking about getting whatever one of those things is called, so that I can actually play my game and talk to you at the same time, and also get baked. I think that would be very, very fun. So let me know what you think about that. I play on Xbox. Just send that comment. Let me know. Leave me comments on. Follow my social medias. They're on the end of every video if you want to go check them out. Leave me comments on my videos. Let me know if you want me to carry on doing the streams, because I have actually enjoyed myself. If you want me to do the gaming streams also, let me know. It won't always be Stardew. I go through phases. Like, I can't promise you what I'm going to play. It probably won't be the latest thing that's out because I'm broke, as you all know. So I can't afford the newest games, but I'm going to try. I'm going to play what I like. Fuck it, because at the end of the day, I got this far doing what I enjoy doing, and you guys seem to like it as well. So I'm just going to carry on doing that. But yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for being here. It's been real. Peace.